each other for the very first time. Let's get to know each other.
Yeah, sure. I would love to know about you also. So, my name is Fazan Sheikh. I'm from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. And if we talk about my academics, I have completed my master's. I have completed my bachelor's in microbiology and currently pursuing my master's in the same field. And nowadays, I am more dedicated toward this language. So, which lead to start my own YouTube channel and where I'm posting a content English related only and helping my viewers and my subscribers to improve their communication and also sharing my insights. So this is all about me.
Okay. As you mentioned about yourself, I would like to also express something,
Mm-hmm.
tell something about me to the audience.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Nuan. Actually, I come from Sri Lanka,
Okay.
southern part of Sri Lanka.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I am an English teacher, English grammar teacher, actually. So I've
Okay.
been trained to teach in government schools. So I've
Mm-hmm.
been doing this for over 15 years. And
Mm-hmm.
I love traveling and watching YouTube videos, especially English related contents.
Mm-hmm.
That's some information about me.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. So you are a teacher of an English subject and you are teaching as well grammar also, right? Wonderful, wonderful. And I'm from India. So, yep, I would love to have a conversation with you. Okay. So, so tell me, you are a teacher, okay?
Yeah,
Okay. So, you have already you know about this language, very good, like all the things. So, just let me know that if someone who is a beginner, how he or she can learn this language in a easy manner.
yeah. Mm, how would I start this? For beginner,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I think when we write talk about this topic, we've shared a lot of ideas about this topic earlier too.
Mm-hmm.
But as you asked me, I would
Mm-hmm.
say my personal experience with my personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, yeah, for beginner, I think all we, I mean, the initially people have uh, who wants to study, people who want to study this language or to be fluent in this language. I think what they missed is the environment,
Mm-hmm.
right? Language is just not writing. It's all about communicating, right? If you are able to communicate with somebody
Mm-hmm.
uh, vocally, I think
Mm-hmm.
that's the ultimate goal of learning a language.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to, as a beginner, to
Mm-hmm.
study, uh, I mean, everyone should have this goal. Like if you learn, it doesn't. I think learning grammar or learning the basic things is not what you have learned, what you are expected, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it is a language, I think finally, at the end of the day, you should be able to speak to somebody in the language you learn. So for
Mm-hmm.
that, I think, as I said, uh, the background is completely important.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so if you don't have a background, you can create it. I mean, now we are in the highly developed, technologically developed world. So
Right.
if you come a rural part of the country, I think you can still use the technology to make the surroundings or environment artificially.
Right. But the thing is that we do not have that ambience, right? We do not have that surrounding to whom we can communicate on our daily basis, right? So that's we can say a big, a hectic for us also. And as you stated that if you are not having that ambience, that you should create an opportunity, right? But the thing is that on the daily basis, nowadays, I'm more relying on the virtual communication, like on a video call and audio call. Okay. But the thing is that somewhat in my mind, I want to have a in-person communication, I can say. So it's quite difficult because nowadays we are relying more on a virtual communication, but when we are having a in-person communication, so sometimes it feel awkward
I mean, you
for me.
with the virtual partners, virtual partners like AI.
Yep, not AI, but nowadays I am. If I talk about my case now, I am more relying on a virtual communication, like on a audio call, on a video call, rather than
Yeah,
having an in-person communication.
yeah. So, what do you see the difference between in person and virtual communication? I mean, people are connected.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. The thing is that it's about the body language and the voice and the expressions. So when we are having on a communication on a audio call or on a video call, we do not have to express ourselves more. Like we do not have to express our body language. Okay, but
I mean, video.
when we go
I
for
think
any interview or any for business meeting, then we have to give our expression also. Our hand gestures are also important at that time.
I think it's something different. I mean, when you are connected on a audio call, video calls, right? You
Mm-hmm.
can show. I mean, I can see you right now, and what
Mm-hmm.
kind of a emotion you are sharing with me, and you can
Mm-hmm.
also witness uh, the mindset, or if I'm right hesitating, or if I'm not okay, that if
Mm-hmm.
I'm coping with you nicely. I think virtual conversations is like
Mm-hmm.
more or less very similar to in-person
Mm-hmm.
call or conversation. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you said that about interview. I think it is something different that case. So if
Mm-hmm.
you are getting ready for an interview, I think
Mm-hmm.
you should be prepared beforehand, right, in advance. What kind of a question you would be
Mm-hmm.
asked, and you have to well prepared for that, right? Other than I mean, uh, right, you and I now we are doing that without any
Mm-hmm.
hesitations.
Right, 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 right. Okay. So the next thing which I want to ask you is like what is something you are passionate about
You mean about the language or in real life? My
in
passions.
real life, in a general.
Yeah, I'm right. Actually, you are young, right? And I'm 45 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 days ago, 3 days ago, I celebrated my 45th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, no, I mean, when I was young, I had a passion.
Mm-hmm.
I Now, as you asked me, I'll tell you, right? I wanted to be actually a painter, right? So
Sorry,
that
could you
was my
please come again?
a
You want to
painter, right? I want to be a painter, right? Like,
painter? Okay.
yeah, and I had to give it up. I have to give it up because I mean, being a painter, can't make a living out of that in Sri Lanka, right? I mean, when I was 18, 19 years old,
Mm-hmm.
so that was my passion. Uh, actually, I wanted to learn it, and I learned it for 2 years from a professional.
Mm-hmm.
And I created some, still in my home. I still have some paintings I create or I drew,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and some wood carvings too. But
Okay.
I I did not think that I could make a living out of that. So
Okay.
being a painter, I mean, my parents also did not allow me to be a painter because they
Mm-hmm.
knew, in my rural area, or I mean, actually, I was skeptical and I was doubtful about myself, by being a painter, would not, uh, allow me to settle.
Often we felt that while we are following our passion, there are certain doubt or skepticism are there. Okay, and the thing is that like lots of people often says that when you are following your passion, you have to vanquish the obstacles. Okay, the difficulties which are coming into the path. So, but the thing is that if we are not able to make our living from that passion, so I don't think so there is a meaning to continue for it,
Yeah, that's what
right?
happened to me. Yeah, but at the same time, I had like two plans, my
Mm-hmm.
plan A and plan B, right? If I uh, couldn't, succeed in becoming a painter, my
Mm-hmm.
second intention was, I would say, my second, favorite intention was to become a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think, uh, some way I achieved, not 100%, but I
Mm-hmm.
think I was able to achieve what I, set when I was young. I can be a bit proud of myself.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Always like we have to enthusiastically we have to open to embrace the new opportunities. We should not only like restricted ourselves to that one particular passion or one particular thing. We should be always enthusiastically open to embrace the opportunity that bestow the experience and knowledge, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Faizan, actually, I think, those days back in, I mean, I talked to you my experience, when I was young and
Mm-hmm.
my passion when I was about 21, 22, 23 years
Mm-hmm.
old. I think, well, I mean, unlike those days now, people lead their lives in a
Mm-hmm.
busy surrounding, but at the same time, they have the technology, lots of tools to
Mm-hmm.
organize or to get informed and to be educated about your
Mm-hmm.
career, right? Now, there are even, institutions that give you career guidance as well. Right?
Right.
The people have opportunities. I mean,
Right.
when unlike where 20 or 30 years ago. And if you have a passion, right? And if you can't succeed in it, you can have plan A, plan B, plan C. I think,
Right.
right, sometimes you will have to give up, but I think it's better and it's also advisable to have uh, a few passions,
Right. 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 Right.
unlike clinging into one passion.
I can accord with you because, like, at the age of the 22 to 25, you are here to to like make an experiment, like, to make an experiment. What's best to work for you, and at that time you should cultivate the resilience because you are going to accustom a lots of failure while experimenting a new passion or a new job. Okay, so you should make yourself more accustomed to for the failure. Okay, it might feel like taking the bull by the horn, right? So but the thing is that slowly and gradually, after doing lots of an experiment and after trying lots of an thing, that the time will come when you are becoming more acquainted with all the hardship and all the hardship and the dedication which you are like putting in that thing. So the time will come when it's going to feel the worthy. Okay, that all the hard work you have made earlier, all the failure like you get earlier, it's now worthy. So
Yeah,
this. Mhm.
go for it. Go complete it.
So now I am 22-year old. Okay, and the thing is that I am bit ambiguous about what to follow and what not to follow because at simultaneously I got selected in an MNC company. Okay, on the other hand, as a profession, I am also working as a teacher where I am teaching biology. As I belongs to microbiology, I have a background in microbiology. So I'm also a bit ambiguous about both of the thing. And the third option is that somewhat in my mind I am also thinking to start my preparation for the CSIR exam. So I'm not clear. I have a bit confusion about this thing that whether I should start or not. So yeah, I can completely accord with you at this point.
So yeah. So that means you have to deal with you have to
Mhm.
be selective. You have to make a decision anyway, right? You're 22 and you're
Mhm.
I'm proud of you. You're following and you're teaching and you're making
Mhm.
profession. You're doing a profession.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think, sometimes passion like the whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Right.
in my case, it's not, it was like, uh, passion can be something, the most important thing into your life, as well as it can give you a profession that give you an opportunity to do a profession. So it's not like a part-time job for lots of people. But for me,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that is why I could, set targets like a plan A, plan B, plan C. It could be different.
Right.
And and what about you? I mean, you said that you have to finalize your goals,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
You said you are already working,
Uh-huh.
and I think this might not be your passion. So what about your passions?
So my passion is I always wanted to become an professor. Okay, so that's the reason. Like
In science.
earlier I was working in a IT sector. Okay, but after working for 7 or 8 months, I realized that this is not my cup of tea. Okay, this is not the place where I belong. So I at that time I switched the job and I move into the teaching. Okay, where currently I am a teacher as a profession. I am a teacher where I am teaching biology, and that's the reason. Somewhat in my mind, CSIR exam is for the government profession, for the government. If you want to become a government professor, so this exam is for that. So nowadays I am thinking to start preparation for this examination, and but on the other hand I also want to improve my communication. I also want to get a good command over this language, so that's the reason, like I'm connecting with different peoples to know about their perspective, and this thing will allow me to pursue the hidden secret. So that's the reason.
Okay, right. So you have time, right, to make a final
Hmm.
decision.
Hmm. Yep, that's why, like nowadays I'm enthusiastically following my dreams with an enormous passion. Okay, at the end of the day, definitely we will going to finalize what we have to do and what not we have to do. But the thing is that, like we often hear from lots of people, that always work on yourself and try to make yourself better for the upcoming days. So this is
Yeah, I
what I
think
learned. Hmm.
that's true. And yeah, if you are living in your dreams, I think they are always achievable,
Hmm.
right? If
Hmm.
I think if you are in an environment where your colleagues, your neighbors, your relatives
Hmm.
who are positive, who have a positive attitude towards anything, right? I think you can relate it, and you will also be a person who's got
Hmm.
positive attitudes towards life, right? If you are associating people with negative ideas, I think you will end up in being like them,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So it is really important to be living in your dreams, right? If
Right.
right, for example, from my personal experience, I know, right? When I was young, and I dream of being, you know, uh, I dreamt of being
Hmm.
a teacher, and I succeeded in it. And at the same time, I wanted to buy a car.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
those days, and I would dream of driving a car and
Hmm.
letting keeping my father in the front seat. Right, I
Okay.
wanted to make them proud.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
when I was 31, 32, I achieved that. I
Okay.
accomplished that
Wonderful.
my mission. So I was really happy about that. So that I can uh, talk with my personal experience. So if
Hmm.
you dream of that, you need to dream it big, right? You want to be a professor, and don't give it up, right? I think you're young, you have ample
Hmm.
time, and if you are with the dream, I think definitely anyone can achieve if they right? If they are capable, I think they
Right,
can.
right. Right. And we often heard from lots of people that an adorable optimism and unwavering dedication will always lead you to the success. Right.
Yeah.
And the second thing which I would love to know that what is the best piece of advice you have ever received?
Advice, a best
Mm-hmm.
piece of advice. I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
particular advice, but I mean, in life, you will have success on your way. At the
Mm-hmm.
same time, you will face failures.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should be able to, uh, tackle and cope up with, I mean, with these two sides alike. And if you are, then uh, you have a strong mindset. I think you can overcome any stumbling blocks in
Mm-hmm.
life.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, life is it's all about happiness and sadness. So it's the person. I mean, you are the person who can uh, create your own world.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So you are responsible who you are.
Right. Right. That's where the resilience came. Like life is going to be fluctuate. The day will come when you are highly motivated, and the day will also come when you are having the feeling of intimidating. Okay, that you are not having that feeling to move forward. Okay, so that's like one of the my tutor had say give me this advice that do not rely on the motivation. Motivation will fluctuate, it will come and goes, but you have to always rely upon your habit. If you are having a good habit, then definitely you are going to acquainted with the hard work and the dedication. Okay, in your initial days it's going to be feel the tedious job. Okay, but after doing it on a regular basis, after following it the consistently, then definitely you are going to become more acquainted with all these things. So do not ever rely on the motivation. Always go for the your habit and your hard work. This is the only key of the success. Only pursuit of the success.
Yeah, yeah. This could be different from person to person, right?
Mhm.
The methods, even the learning methods could be different from
Right.
from me, yours.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. And we have often felt that like life give us the periodically moment. Very often life give us the periodically moment where we can bestow the feeling of wisdom, okay, and the feeling of happiness. So it's completely depend on us also how we are utilizing the moment. So life, as we often heard from lots of people that life give us the auspicious moment to everyone, but not everyone are able to utilize it correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you want to ask me?
Yeah, I think it's been about 24 minutes. It's getting long,
Mhm.
I think. And we
Yep,
can
yep.
have another conversation, very
Sure,
soon.
sure.
I think although we met for the first time, we were able to share good thoughts, good
Mhm.
insights.
Yep. Thank you for your time, and it's a wonderful conversation with you. Yep. Bye.